There seemed to be something in the woman's hair, and even her fair skin was dyed black. The little cuties next to him also cast curious eyes. He slowly turned his head, and his deep eyes were chilling. He was the daughter of Magneto. Polaris has the superpower to control all iron tools. He was arrested by the Sentinel organization because of a rescue operation. But as soon as he entered the prison, he was given a blow by the little black thing. Another smug smile. He is the boss here, and the scar on his face was left by the mutant. When passing by the door, Polaris saw a mutant in white. Like himself, he had a collar with flashing blue light around his neck. Polaris didn't care too much. After returning to the cell, he used his superpowers to escape from prison without knowing anything. But the next second, could it be that the ancestral superpowers are not working? The little cuties also laughed mercilessly. Just when she was confused, the prisoner opposite told him the truth. It turned out that it was because of the collar on his neck, which could limit the superpowers of mutants. He also said that none of the mutants here could get out alive. After calming down, Polaris was determined again. She must escape because she was pregnant. At dinner the next day, Polaris found Xiao Bai to discuss the prison break. She thought that people of the same kind could take care of each other, but Xiao Bai looked around and avoided his eyes. In the end, he warned Polaris to stay away from him. It seemed that he was beaten by Xiao He and was afraid. Polaris had no choice but to go it alone in the future. When he was out for a walk, Xiao He came to trouble him again and asked him to help him brush his shoes in the future. The arrogant Polaris decisively refused him. Xiao He stood up suddenly. "Believe me, I got powers, Polaris, who only wanted to escape from prison, didn't bother to pay attention to him and turned around and left." Unexpectedly, she was pressed to the ground by Xiao He's men and punched him in the face again and again. Seeing Polaris bleeding from her nose, Xiao He became even more proud. He heard that Polaris was pregnant, so he kicked her in the lower abdomen. This time, Polaris was finally angry, and he ignored the pain caused by the collar. He lifted up the iron table beside him and pinned Xiao He to the guardrail. Seeing that the boss was killed in seconds, he raised his fist and hit Polaris in the face and beat him up again. Fortunately, they were separated in time by the early warning, but the indiscriminate prison guards actually put Polaris in solitary confinement as well. However, for the baby in his belly, he still did not give up. Looking at the cold iron door in front of him, he once again used his superpowers.